Definitely is one of the biggest RVs we've ever done. The customer wanted us to kind of just clean up this RV and bring back some of the shine. Just wasn't cleaning up like we had wanted. It was still very chalky, very oxidized.
And we're running really, really low, and we've been using it a lot, and we still have to do the front and the back.
All right, guys, so let me show you what we're gonna be working on for the next 3 days. Gonna be working on this 40-foot RV. Definitely is one of the biggest RVs we've ever done. We've done a few smaller ones before, but just washing. But today, this customer particularly wanted us to polish this RV. It's an older RV. I think he said it was early 2000s. He says the previous owner didn't really take care of it, so the customer wanted us to kind of just clean up this RV and bring back some of the shine. Definitely is a first for us. We never really polished an RV before, just to be, honest and transparent. But as far as I know, it's very similar to polishing a car. But let me kind of just show y'all what our setup is looking like for the next 3 days for this project. There is electricity here. We kind of just plugged in to the outlets. We got a few extension cords. There's one here, one on the other side. We decided kind of to just go with our fleet wash, front lot wash setup with our 300-gallon tank with our gas pressure washer, along with our 100-foot hose, just so we can kind of just reach around the whole RV. We brought a ladder because, like I said, we're gonna be polishing, so we need to be able to reach up to those high spots. We just bought this platform, so definitely help to stand up on it or set things down on it as a little table. We did, for this project, went ahead and bought AUTOFIBER's mitt on a stick, since we did see other detailers use it and they really liked it. So we went ahead and wanted to go ahead and buy it for this project. It definitely does feel nice, a lot better quality than a cheap Amazon one that we have. And then over here, we kind of just got our drying towels, wash mitts, some chairs just to take a break on, since we're gonna probably be out here for the majority of the day. But remember, guys, we are in Texas, and it does get extremely hot. Over here, kind of have our, our water bottles, and then we've got a whole ice chest filled with waters and Powerade, Gatorades. It's important to stay, hydrated, especially in this heat. All right, guys, so that's pretty much our setup for today. Our deadline is to kind of just finish this RV in about 3 days. That's what we told the client, so we're gonna go ahead and try to aim for that. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started, and we'll document and share with y'all our journey for today.
All right, Nathan, so we just finished prepping this entire section for the polish, and we were just testing a few different methods. How's it going? What are we gonna do?
So, like Edgar said, I did test out a few different combinations of pad and compound, just to kind of see what will give me the best results, that's the most efficient.
This was already here, by the way, guys. It was not us.
Yeah, I think there's just a patch or something. So what I did is I used our DA polisher, which I know a lot of people recommend to use rotary, and I do have a rotary, but I'm trying to go safe with the DA polisher, just to make sure I'm not gonna mess anything up. I used a wool pad with this Koch-Chemie one cut and finish, so it cuts and adds protection at the same time. And then on this side, I used a foam pad and used this Koch-Chemie P601. From what I got from that is the wool pad with the P601 seems to do a lot better job with the cutting, and just overall just give us a better result that seemed a lot more quicker than using just the foam pad. But the foam pad took a little bit longer. So I think I'm gonna use a wool pad and this P601 on this like painted part of the RV. So we're gonna go ahead and just do the rest of the vehicle. he's gonna be able to help me out. We did buy 2 DA polishers, so we're gonna be able to tackle this RV a lot more quicker.
All right, guys, so it's 7 already. Trying to go home, but Nathan says we're gonna work till like 9 or 10. But you know what? We're still out here. We still got a lot to do. Nathan, where are we at? Where are we at?
So, for the painted part of the RV, we're pretty much done with the majority of it. It was pretty easy to clean up. I still have the upper section to that half of the vehicle, so I had to do all that. On the bottom half, on this white portion, we're gonna wait till tomorrow to try a different compound, something a little bit more dedicated for RVs and marine paints, because what we're using right now, which is the Koch-Chemie P601, isn't quite cutting through, and we already used a wool pad and a foam pad. So like basically a 2-step on this bottom white section, but we can make it look good, but it's taking a little bit longer than we expect. So we kind of just want to try a compound dedicated for it, but maybe it'll hopefully be a little bit more aggressive on it.
All right, Nathan, the question I want to know is what time we going home?
We're going home when they tell us to leave. And the owner tells us to leave. Yeah.
Yeah, this place is open 24/7, so I'm a little worried.
Yeah, there's your answer. We stay in the night, all-nighter, not going back home. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue this, hitting the upper section of this RV, and Edgar's gonna go ahead and start prepping the paint on the other side of the RV. So.
All right, so it's day 3. Yesterday we weren't able to record too much, but basically we already did both sides, the upper section, and we did the bottom section as well. However, we ran into a big issue.
All right, so like Edgar said, the top part of the painted part of this RV went by very smoothly. We just did 1 step with a 2-in-1 polish and protection of compound. But when I came down to this bottom portion, this white part, I guess it's some different material, and me and Edgar didn't really realize that until we started working on it. So when I went in with a DA polisher with the foam pad, it just wasn't cleaning up like we had wanted. It was still very chalky, very oxidized. We were able to make it somewhat look good, but it was taking forever and just wasn't efficient. We would just be here for more than, who knows how long, a few days probably, just doing the bottom section. And I haven't even done the front or the back side, so what I decided to do was pull out the rotary and get a wool pad and see what that would do. And right now, or when I was doing it, all this bottom section looked really good, but I didn't have any of these lights that y'all see here. I just was looking at the reflection of the sun and thought, oh yeah, the rotary was easy, the white part was good, I was gonna stick with that. So I did all this bottom section on both sides. When it came nighttime, that's when we pulled out the lights, and then I started seeing that I was leaving buffing trails with the rotary. And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to come in with the polisher or the DA and kind of just clean everything up. So that's kind of just gonna make things even longer than what we expected.
This is the first time we do an RV this big, so honestly we didn't know how much product we were gonna use. We had just purchased this. This was like a full bottle, and we're running really low, and we've been using it a lot, and we still have to do the front and the back. So we're hoping we don't run out. There's a few things that we could try, and we already told the customer there might be some delays, but hopefully we'll finish it. We're gonna be working a few hours today, and then we're gonna be working tomorrow. So we're gonna be day 4 for tomorrow.
Like you said, this is our first time doing an RV, and there's a lot of things we're still learning. A lot of things we'll know for the next time that we do an RV.
So it's definitely been a challenge, but you know, we're learning a lot. Going into it, I told Nathan, you know what, let's take on the job. It is going to be difficult. You know, probably won't make as much money because we did have to invest a lot of money into a lot of equipment, and we'll probably make a separate video on that, just because a lot of the money that we're making on this, we invested it just back into the company. But it's been really promising. We've had a few people already stop and talk to us. There's 2 RVs down. A customer already wants us to do theirs, so that's really good. And this customer here, he has a boat and he also has a truck that he wants us to wet, you know, in the future. So that's why we really want to do a really good job on this, just because this RV actually belongs to, well, used to belong to the owner of this RV park here. So he knows what it looks like, and he's been watching us do this work, and he's already pretty impressed with it. So if he's impressed with it, I'm sure he's going to refer other customers to us. And we definitely want to start doing more RVs, just because it just opens up a lot more doors for us. That way we're not just stuck just working on cars. These are bigger projects, and we're definitely up for the challenge. And hopefully, you know, we get more of these pretty soon. All right, so it's been a few months. We're in December now. The clips of the RV that we were working on was actually recorded in July. That was one of our first RVs that we did. Right now, we're actually working on a different one. But let me tell you what happened that final day, day 4 of the RV. So pretty much, we were rushing to finish everything just because we had spent so much time on it. Nathan had to leave early, and he left, you know, maybe 3 hours, 2 hours before the customer was expecting it. And we were having just a hard time with the back of the RV. So it was so oxidized that whenever we tried to use any of the polishes that we were working on, they were just absorbing it and nothing was going on. At the last minute, I was, you know, doing a little bit of research trying to figure out what I could do. And I actually called, you know, another detailer, and he told me, you know what? The paint is just beyond repair. The only thing you can do at this point is just wet sand, and most likely the customer's probably not gonna want that just because it's very time consuming and it's gonna cost a lot of money. So I kind of just did my best, finished everything up. I told the customer, hey, you know, it's ready. He came out, he went to see it, and he was very happy. He said as soon as he pulled up, he could already see the RV from far away, and he was very, very happy with the results. I kind of did show them the back section of that RV, told them what happened. I just told him that unfortunately it was just beyond what we could do at the moment, and he understood because that section of the RV actually the sun would always hit it, because where he parked it, that was not covered. He knew ultimately that that section was just beyond what we could do. So he understood. He still paid us. We got paid $2,000 for that RV. So since then, there's a lot of things that we learned, a lot of, you know, things that we've changed. We haven't recorded an official RV video as far as what to do, but we are going to be recording something pretty quick. That way you guys can see what we've learned so far this year while we're doing RVs. I think right now we're at RV number 5 or 6, so definitely we've learned a lot since the first RV that we've done. But if you guys wanted to stay tuned, see what we're up to, so you could get this knowledge about RVs, definitely subscribe. You guys have a great day.